Sure. Well, I got the call. I mean, about 2 years before it finally got out on the screen, so it was a long process. I got the call from Disney saying, they're going to do a live-action version of Cinderella, and was I interested? And I was absolutely interested. I sort of felt like I had to go and earn the job because it's not the kind of thing that I usually work on. But I was really excited, just first of all, about making a Disney fairy tale movie, knowing that people are going to go and see it. And then about the really interesting challenge of writing Cinderella for a contemporary audience, which is to say how to make her not seem like too old-fashioned a heroine. Oh, no, just working with Disney was great. I think they have a tremendous sense of their responsibility to the people who trust them when they go and see a Disney movie. It's great working with it's great working in an environment in which you know that you're going to get kind of eyes on your film, and that you have this kind of fantastic real estate to work in. I think it's a tremendous responsibility because you know that you're going to kids are going to go see Cinderella again and again, especially now that it's out on DVD. So you have a responsibility not only to the parents to sort of not make them not want to kill themselves when they hear it for the fifth time, but also to the children, because what you say to them is going to really matter with them going forward in life. It's going to be sort of the notion that they have of Cinderella. So the key was how to first of all how to understand that she loves the prince because of who he is, not because of the position that he holds in society. That's a bit tricky because that wasn't really in the older versions of the story. And also how to tell a story about resilience and courage in the face of adversity without it being about winning by fighting. So there are plenty of films around in which a character wins by fighting back, by gaining powers, by becoming a superhero, and this wasn't really about that. This is about dealing with loss and difficulty in your life with dignity and triumphing because of that. No, that's the interesting thing. That is to say, there weren't really major changes to the story that we were telling because we wanted to tell a very straightforward version of the story. There would have been an approach where this was a very comical, kind of ironic take on the story, or one in which the person you thought was going to be the villain actually turned out to be the heroine. But we really wanted to tell a kind of a classical version of the story that still worked, and it was really about sort of little adjustments that we made along the way. Well, I think that there is a real challenge once you see a real person in front of you as opposed to an animated character. I think that the audience demands a lot more psychological reality from live action, and so it's tricky. I think the hardest job was Lily's because Cinderella's actions could definitely be seen as that of, kind of a goody two-shoes or a doormat, and she manages to make the character very strong in spite of the fact that she's not doing a lot of the things that, a contemporary hero or heroine is supposed to do. She doesn't run away from home. She doesn't talk back to her stepmother. She doesn't fight, but she wins nonetheless, and that's a tough role. Yeah, absolutely. You can get it from both sides, and you will no matter what, because there's the internet and everybody can express exactly what they think at all times. But first of all, you get criticism for not being faithful enough to the classic, and then you could get criticism for doing something which is so old-fashioned that it seems kind of retrograde or anti-feminist or something like that. So, we had to be very thoughtful and careful about it. I think the message is that sometimes in life there are things that you suffer losses that you will not be able to change by fighting or by doing, but it'll be about it'll be about being resilient and having grit and being resourceful and remembering the love that your parents gave you. I think that's the message.
Awesome. I know we're getting off track a little bit here, but I know Star Wars is not probably, you couldn't talk about it, but how is it getting involved with Star Wars? I know you're a big fan.
It's a dream. I mean, I first saw Star Wars when I was 7 years old. It is another reason that I'm actually making movies today. I think that everybody working on it kind of feels that way. So it's the best job that I could have possibly gotten.
Well, we're all excited about Star Wars, and obviously with
Cinderella
as well.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.
But thanks, Chris. Thank you for your time.
Viva la raza, and thank you. Thank you.